Hi there, and welcome back to part 4 in this series. If you are planning to take the SHRM or HRCI exam, then you will need to be familiar with certain HR terms and definitions, like what is the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act? What is Conciliation? What is Geocentric Approach? What is the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act? What is a Golden Handshake? What is Vroom's expectancy theory? And more. In this video, we will be reviewing these important HR terms and definitions, which you need to know to ace the SHRM or HRCI exam. So let's begin. What is the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act? The Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act of 2009 is a law enacted by Congress that bolstered worker protections against pay discrimination. The Act allows individuals who face pay discrimination to seek rectification under federal anti-discrimination laws. The law clarifies that discrimination based on age, religion, national origin, race, sex, and disability will accrue every time the employee receives a paycheck that is deemed discriminatory. It was the first bill that President Barack Obama signed into law. This act replaced a Supreme Court ruling that wage discrimination cases must be filed within 180 days of the start of the discrimination. So before this act was passed, you could only file a wage discrimination case if the discrimination occurred within the last 180 days. This clause was amended with the release of the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. The act is named in honor of Lilly Ledbetter, a former manager at a Goodyear tire and rubber company plant in Alabama. After Ledbetter discovered that her male peers were receiving substantially higher pay for similar roles, she filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC. In 1998, Ledbetter filed an equal pay lawsuit alleging pay discrimination on the basis of sex under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The trial jury awarded her back pay and more than $3.3 million in compensatory and punitive damages. I apologize in advance for interrupting the video right now. Just a quick message from me. If you are preparing for the SHRM exam, then consider checking out my SHRM exam study guide, the one book learning system. I have left a link in the description of this video where you can find more details about this guide and how to use it to ace the exam. Now back to the video. Moving along. What is conciliation? Conciliation is an alternative out-of-court dispute resolution instrument. Like mediation, conciliation is a voluntary, flexible, confidential, and interest-based process. The parties seek to reach an amicable dispute settlement with the assistance of the conciliator, who acts as a neutral third party. The main difference between conciliation and mediation proceedings is that at some point during the conciliation, the conciliator will be asked by the parties to provide them with a non-binding settlement proposal. A mediator, by contrast, will in most cases and as a matter of principle refrain from making such a proposal. Conciliation is a voluntary proceeding where the parties involved are free to agree and attempt to resolve their dispute by conciliation. The process is flexible, allowing parties to define the time, structure, and content of the conciliation proceedings. These proceedings are rarely public. They are interest-based, as the conciliator, when proposing a settlement, not only takes into account the parties' legal positions but also their commercial, financial, and personal interests. Like in mediation proceedings, the ultimate decision to agree on the settlement remains with both parties. If you are finding value in this video and would like to be reminded of similar videos, then consider subscribing to my channel. Like the video, leave a comment. Thanks a bunch. Let's continue. Next, what is Geocentric Approach? A geocentric approach method helps organizations recruit employees globally. Usually, multinational companies use this method to employ personnel regardless of their nationality. The geocentric approach is used by MNCs as they have a presence in different countries and the resources to do so. This approach helps them hire the most suitable employee. For example, suppose an organization has an employee with special skills based in Canada and these skills are required in the United States. In that case, the organization can quickly relocate this employee to the United States. The geocentric approach lets businesses use the talent whenever and wherever they are required. Now let's look at some advantages and disadvantages of the geocentric approach. 1. It helps organizations hire the best talent. It also helps them diversify the cultural environment, and it reduces biases and racism. Some of the disadvantages are training and relocation cost is high. The hiring process is also costly. Only MNCs can use this approach. Great, moving along. What is the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act? The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act targets corruption and bribery internationally. Paying foreign officials for expediting legal processes or obtaining contracts was a common business practice around the world well into the 1970s. In some countries, in fact, corporations routinely wrote off bribes as normal business expenses when filing their tax returns. Being common, however, does not make this behavior desirable or ethical. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FCPA, is a United States law that prohibits US firms and individuals from paying bribes to foreign officials to further business deals. Next, what is a Golden Handshake? A Golden Handshake is a stipulation in an employment agreement which states that the employer will provide a significant severance package if the employee loses their job. It is usually provided to top executives in the event that they lose their employment because of retirement, layoffs, or for negligence. However, payment can be made in several ways, such as cash or stock options. Golden handshakes are pre-negotiated employment agreements that provide a severance if the employee were to involuntarily leave their position early. Payment can be made in cash, stock options, or anything else accepted in the contract. Golden handshakes often come with non-compete clauses. Sometimes low-level employees receive a smaller version of the golden handshake. Next, what is Vroom's expectancy theory? Vroom suggested that people are motivated by the reward they will receive when they succeed and that they weigh the value of the expected reward against the effort required to achieve it. I recommend you watch this video next, where I explain Vroom's expectancy theory in detail. If you are finding value in these videos, then consider subscribing to my channel, hit the like button and leave a comment. I post HR and leadership related videos every week. I will see you in the next video.